Hey there! Welcome back to Spoke English Confidently, the podcast that helps you speak English like a pro, one episode at a time. Now, let's be honest, learning English isn't easy, right? Sometimes you try so hard, you memorize words, you watch videos, you practice, but still, something doesn't click. Well, today, I'll show you why that happens and how you can fix it with a smarter, simpler method that actually works. So, grab your earphones, relax, and let's talk about how to learn English the smart way. So today, I want to show you a smarter, simpler, and more natural way to learn English, the same way confident speakers do. No boring grammar drills, no endless memorizing. Just real, practical English that works in your daily life. So grab your earphones, relax, and let's begin this journey to learn English the smart way. Part 1. My own story. Before we start the steps, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I couldn't speak English confidently. Whenever I met someone who spoke English, I felt small. I wanted to talk, but my tongue froze. I understood everything in my head, but my mouth just refused to move. I used to think, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe English isn't for me. But then, one day, I met a teacher who said something that changed my life. He said, "You don't need perfect English. You just need confident English." And that line hit me so hard because it was true. Since then, I stopped chasing perfection and started practicing in small, smart ways. And today, I'm speaking English confidently. Not perfectly, but confidently. And you can too. Part 2. The Smart Learning Mindset. Before you start learning, fix your mindset. Because learning English is not just about words, it's about attitude. Most people start by memorizing grammar rules and word lists, but that's not how languages work. Think about it. When you learned your mother tongue, did you learn grammar first? Of course not. You listened, copied, and spoke. That's how your brain learns naturally. So instead of saying, "I must be perfect," say, "I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm improving." Perfection is not the goal. Communication is. If people understand you, you're already successful. Part 3. The first step. Listening like a child. The smartest learners start with listening. When you listen daily, you train your brain to think in English automatically. But don't just listen. Listen actively. Here's what you can do. Choose short English podcasts or YouTube clips. Listen for meaning, not for every word. Try to imagine the situation. Repeat what you hear. This technique is called shadowing. For example, if someone says, "How's your day going?" Pause, then say it yourself. "How's your day going?" It feels small, but this builds your muscle memory for English. Even 10 minutes of listening daily can change your pronunciation, rhythm, and accent. Part 4. The second step. Speak from day 1. Now, let's talk about the most important part, speaking. Most learners make the mistake of waiting until they feel ready, but you'll never feel ready. You have to start now. Even if you can only speak a few words, start with those. Here's a small secret. You can learn to speak English without a partner. How? Talk to yourself. Describe your day in English. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm going to college. Practice in front of a mirror. Record your voice and listen to it. When you speak alone, you remove fear. And once fear disappears, confidence grows. Remember, you don't need perfect grammar to start speaking. You need courage, because courage brings fluency. Part 5. Read with interest. Let's move to the next step, reading. Reading helps you understand how English really works, how words connect, how sentences flow. but don't make it boring. You don't have to read heavy books. You can start with English quotes on Facebook, Instagram captions, short stories, news headlines, or English subtitles while watching videos. When you read something you like, your brain remembers better. And here's the trick. When you read, don't translate word by word. Try to feel the meaning. For example, when you read, "She smiled softly," don't think, "She aste hashlo." Just imagine the picture. That's how you start thinking in English. Part 6. Write to express, not to impress. Now, many people get scared when they hear the word writing. But listen, writing is your best friend for improving fluency because writing forces your brain to organize thoughts in English. Start small. Write 3 lines every day. For example, what did I do today? What made me happy today? What did I learn today? Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes mean progress. And here's a smart habit. After writing, read it out loud. You'll catch your errors naturally, and your speaking will improve too. Writing connects your mind and mouth. It makes your English stronger from inside. Part 7. The daily practice routine. Now, let's make a smart daily plan, a 30-minute routine that fits anyone's schedule. 10 minutes listening. Choose a podcast or a YouTube clip. 10 minutes speaking. Repeat or describe what you heard. 5 minutes reading. Read something short that you enjoy. 5 minutes writing. Write your thoughts in English. That's it, just 30 minutes a day, and in 90 days, you'll feel the change. Because English is not learned in one night. It's built, slowly like a muscle. If you do this daily, you won't even realize when English becomes a natural part of your thinking. Part 8. Learn English from your surroundings. Here's another secret. English is everywhere. You don't need to go abroad or attend expensive courses. You can learn English just by changing how you see the world. When you look at your phone, think, "This is my phone." When you drink water, say, "I'm drinking water." When you see a friend, say in your mind, "He's smiling." This is called active thinking in English. You can do it anytime, on the bus, while walking, or even before sleeping. This simple habit can double your fluency speed. Part 9. The fear of speaking and how to overcome it. Let's be honest, the biggest problem is not grammar or vocabulary. It's fear. Fear of being judged, fear of making mistakes, fear of being laughed at. But remember, no one becomes fluent without mistakes. Even native speakers make grammar errors. The only difference is they don't stop speaking. When people laugh at your English, let them laugh, because one day, the same people will ask you how you learned to speak so confidently. So don't be silent because of fear. Be loud because of your dreams. Part 10. Use English to connect, not just to learn. Here's something powerful. English is not just a language. It's a bridge to connect you with the world. You can talk to people from different countries, learn their stories, their culture, their ideas. You can build friendships, opportunities, even careers, just through English. So when you practice, don't just focus on speaking perfectly. Focus on communicating meaningfully. English is a tool, and you're the driver. Use it to go wherever your dreams take you. Part 11. Motivation for struggling learners. If you're listening right now and thinking, "It's too late for me," or "I'm not improving fast enough," please listen carefully. You are improving, even when it doesn't feel like it. Every new word you understand, every sentence you build, every small mistake you correct is progress. Success in English doesn't come from talent. It comes from daily effort. So don't stop. Even if you practice 10 minutes a day, just don't stop, because fluency doesn't come to the fastest. It comes to the most consistent. Part 12. Smart tips you can start today. Before we close, let me give you a few practical smart tips. Learn with emotion. When you feel happy, excited, or curious, your brain remembers faster. So learn from topics you love. Use English in your hobbies. Watch magic tricks, football commentary, or cooking videos.